Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the 9 p.m. English news edition. Here are the top stories. A strong delegation visits the quarantine center of Ali Sabih. For the international news, an airliner with 98 passengers disintegrates on dwellings in Karachi, in Pakistan. Hello, welcome to our newsroom for having the news in details. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Margele, expressed his wish of healthy, happiness and prosperity to his compatriots. As is customary at the approach of Eid al-Fitr, I wish that Eid al-Fitr will be for our citizens a successful crowning of the intense piety and spiritual recollection to which they are accustomed during the blessed month of Ramadan, said the head of state. In this wish to the nation, President Gele first expressed the hope of a speedy recovery for his sick compatriots and rapid access to the economic circuit for those who are in precarious situation. He then took this opportunity to express his sincere thanks to and the perfect expression of his gratitude to all our compatriots engaged on the first front in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic under our skies. The Jewish nation will not cease to keep in its collective memory the unfailing devotion shown by our health personnel to protect and treat our population against the harmful effect of the coronavirus, said the head of state. I wish to pay tribute to our armed and security forces and all other departments involved in the saving fight of our society against this dreadful disease. He continued, even though the anticipatory method adopted by our country to avoid the dramatic consequences of this pathology have yielded encouraging results, I am of the opinion that the danger is still present, he said. That is why I urged our compatriots to respect and adhere to the instruction of all health professionals and to avoid behavior that could jeopardize their lives and those of their families and relatives, he said. I am proud that as at other times in its history, our nation has approached the challenges, particularly economic, posed by the disease of COVID-19 with a sense of national cohesion, said the President Ismail Margele. The containment adopted had no impact on the work of employees in both the public and private sector, and the national solidarity drive undertaken under the aegis of the state has enabled us to provide optimal care for our compatriots in the informal sector. I sincerely hope that the coronavirus will soon become a distant memory for our society, he hoped. I therefore project an efficient resumption of our inexorable and collective march towards development, reiterating his best wish for Eid al-Fitr to all Jewish and all other expatriates who do us the honor of living at home. And now the President of the Republic again receives best wish from his Arab and Muslim counterparts at the advent of Eid al-Fitr. Messages of greetings from the head of state and government of Arab and Muslim borderline country continue to flow into the presidency of the Republic these days as Eid al-Fitr approach. In their respective telegram, the Arab and Muslim leaders wish success and prosperity to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Margele, in his effort to connect our country with sustainable development. They also form their wish for greater well-being, fulfillment, and prosperity to the people of Djibouti. May God Almighty continue to surround the Republic of Djibouti with His blessing and protection so that it may remain the haven of peace, tolerance, and integration that it always has been. It is written in some of the messages sent to the head of state. Others of these messages implore God to spare Djibouti and to the entire Muslim world from the coronavirus pandemic. The Sultan of Oman, His Majesty Haytham bin Tariq, and Yemeni President Abdurrabbu Mansour are among a final batch of Arab and Muslim leaders who sent messages of best wish for Eid al-Fitr to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Margele. In their separate letters, these leaders each reiterated the determination of their countries and people to work to strengthen relations of friendship, solidarity, and fraternity with the Jewish nation. Now, still in the framework of the strategy of response against the COVID-19, a delegation led by the Minister of Interior, Mr. Mumin Ahmed Sheikh, went to Al Sabih in the sector of Arausa, which is creating a quarantine center for land migrants crossing our southern borders. The minister was accompanied in this trip by his colleague, the Minister of Health, Mohamed Warsam Adiri, and the regional coordinator of a United Nations system in Djibouti, Mrs. Barbara Menzi, the representative of IOM, the executive secretary of ONARS, Mr. Hussein Hassan Adarar, the prefect of the region of Al Sabih, Musa Adan Migane, and the director of the regional hospital of Al Sabih, Mohamed Suga Ainan. This quarantine center for migrants is managed by ONARS in collaboration with the national police. The prefecture of Al Sabih and IOM, all migrants who cross our border will go through this site to be tested and treated for the cases detected positive for COVID-19 before taking them home. In this quarantine center, during the 14-day treatment period, they will be repatriated to their home country. Upon arrival, the IOM team and owners proceeded with the distribution of protective masks, NFI kits, and were subjected to temperature control by Ministry of Health officials. This quarantine site in Arausa will allow the government to keep migrants in transit in Djibouti under observation since the closure of the borders. Now, joint control operation by the Ministry of Labor and Trade continue in the capital. The objective of this action is to apply the barrier justice against the COVID-19 pandemic in commercial places. In this period of preparation for the Eid al-Fitr, the population makes purchase and gathers massively in shops. The General Inspectorate of Labor and Cellulite in Commerce spares no effort to accomplish their mission of control and raise awareness among both traders and customers. These controls will continue and will be intensified during this period of containment crisis. Now, tomorrow is Eid. This is the question that is running through the minds of the Djiboutian. People are caught between the twofold feeling of the upheaval in their daily lives due to COVID-19 and the intense feeling of joy felt by the arrival of the festival that brings the blessed month of Ramadan to an end. Many families are preparing for Eid. They are all getting ready to celebrate this holiday, which is a highly symbolic day of Muslims around the world. A cascade of families from all over the Republic has filled the city center to buy new clothes for Eid as usual. It is clear that the government has established a direction of circulation for the public, a measure likely to reduce the spread of the virus during the period of the Eid al-Fitr. In an interview, the population wearing masks did not fail to tell us how happy they were to celebrate the Eid, even though this year everything does not have the same meaning as before. We are asking the government to open the mosques to us on Eid al-Fitr day to save us from the ridicule of celebrating a holiday in a confined way, they ask in substance. Now, on the eve of Eid al-Fitr, the National Network for Social Development distributed Eid clothes and accessories to children from poor families and orphans of all ages between 3 and 15 old. The donation is intended for the needy children of 3 neighborhoods in 6 Arhiba. The children of the district site Cité Nasib and Mosquitoes Nets will also benefit from a similar donation to celebrate Eid al-Fitr dignity. The distribution ceremony took place at the CDC in Section 3, provided by the Secretary of State for Youth. The clothes were handed over to the representatives of the consecutive district in the presence of parents and children concerned. Hundreds of families benefited from donation of clothing from Eid al-Fitr. The distribution ceremony brought together the main leaders of the National Social Development Network, including President Uti Boka, Vice President Fatima Waberi Askar, National Coordinator Yaqub Ibrahim, and the representative of the North, Mr. Abdul Qadir Muhammad Hussein. On receiving the clothes, the parents and children were happy and cheerful, and they will be able to enjoy the Eid al-Fitr tomorrow. And now the government of Djibouti, through the national airline Air Djibouti, has organized a charter flight for repatriation from Pakistan. This morning, Air Djibouti made a repatriation flight to allow 104 Djiboutians stranded in Pakistan to return home after 4 months of absence. The general manager of the National Air Djibouti Company, Mr. Abdurrahman Ali Abdullah, welcomed them on the tarmac of Djibouti International Port. It should be recalled that Air Djibouti has already operated flights to repatriate Djiboutians stranded in the country from the region due to COVID-19. The total number of people concerned is 250, mainly from Dire Dawa, Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Hargeisa, and Dubai. Air Djibouti remains mobilized in the service of the nation.
اللهم لا تدع لنا في مقامنا هذا وفي كل مقام ذنبا الا غفرته ولا هما الا فرجته ولا كربا الا نفسته ولا عسيرا الا يسرته ولا داء الا قضيته ولا مريضا الا شفيته ولا مبتلا الا عافيته ولا ميتا الا رحمته ولا ضال الا هديته ولا ضال الا هديته ولا ضال الا هديته ولا حاجه من حوائج الدنيا والاخره هي لك رضا ولنا في الصلاح الا عنتنا على قضائها برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين. اللهم ارفع مقتك وغضبك عنا ولا تؤاخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا وامنا في اوطاننا وول امورنا خيارنا ولا تول امورنا شرارنا واجعل ولايتنا ولايه المسلمين في مخافك وتقاك وتبع رضوانك يا ذا الجلال والاكرام. ومصلح ائمتنا ولاة امورنا ومصلح ائمتنا ولاة امورنا ومصلح ائمتنا ولاة امورنا واجعل ولايتنا ولايه المسلمين في مخافك وتقاك وتبع رضوانك يا ذا الجلال والاكرام. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الاحياء منهم والاموات برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين. صلى اللهم على عبدك ورسولك محمد النبي الامي وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم.
The president of the Bus and Minibus Union informs individuals and users that public transport activities will be interrupted on Sunday, 24th May 2020 and will be resumed on Monday, 25th May 2020. Now we regret to inform you of the death of the late Abdullah Dabale Deberkala, who died early this morning in Djibouti. The son of a great and recognized notable for the late Abdullah Dabale community was born in 1945 in the region of Tadjoura. The deceased Dabale leaves behind him a large family, including 3 widows, 11 children, and several others. The late Abdullah Dabale Deberkala was a leading politician in the anti-colonial struggle, and in particular, he was president of the great formation of the UDA, Democratic Union, before joining the LPE with the late Orbis Gadite, the late Ahmedini, and the late Mohammed Ahmed Isa Sheikhu. He was also a member of the 12 Lunates Association and a member of the Pan-Somali delegation with his friend, the late Sheikhu. After independence, the late Abdullah was a senior civil servant by becoming director of the hospital before entering politics by joining the RPP formation, of which he was a member of the executive committee. The late Abdullah Dabale was also a government negotiator in the ABBA peace talks before joining the bench of the National Assembly, where he was president of the group Djibouti Friends. We share the sorrow of the family and friends of the late Abdullah Dabale Deberkala, to whom we extend our deepest condolences and pray to the God Allah to welcome him in his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raj'un. Moving now on the international news, the air disaster that took place this Friday in Pakistan has caused at least 50 deaths, but the final death toll is likely to be higher. For 2 main reasons. The plane involved an Airbus A320 belonging to Pakistan International Airlines, had at least 91 passengers and 7 crew members on board. Crashed into a residential area of Karachi, capital of the southern province of Sindh. The bereaved flight PK A303 departed from Lahore, Pakistan's second largest city. Contact with air traffic controllers was lost at 14:37 local time, a company spokesman said. An army rapid intervention force equipped with helicopters and choppers and parliamentary units are active at the scene of the terrible accident. They said they have cleared about 40 bodies from the rubble so far. The Jinnah University Hospital in Karachi has reported that it has received around 15 injured people under its care, all of whom are residents whose homes have collapsed. The hospital also reported at least 8 deaths among the population. This is it for this edition of 9 p.m. Thank you for watching us and have a wonderful night. Hey, bye-bye.